Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the geeks out there and our little geekdom. Obviously, as you can see, we are one person down. Ziff is feeling a bit really ill at the moment, and he is in bed recovering. This is episode 42 of our little geekdom, and we have JayJay standing in for Ziff so that I'm not awkward and out of my place. And obviously, our special guest is Gregg Nell. Obviously both of you, because you can both just do the little intros. Tell us a bit about yourselves, who you are.
Oh, who's gonna start?
I think since you're the actual guest and I'm just, a stray dragged in from the street, I think you should definitely go in first.
I am special according to Kieran's intro there, so yes.
My mother also says I'm special.
Oh, I thought it was just me.
You're extra special.
I'm glad. I've done podcasts with audio but never video, so I can do a lot of my expressing. Let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Gregg. I'm a South African freelance illustrator. Oh boy, how does one introduce themselves? I'm sorry, How do you?
It's okay. I had this terrible urge. We're like, "Hi, I'm Gregg," and I'm like, "Hi, Gregg."
You should do it. I am an illustrator. I draw for a living sometimes. Actually, no. Being a freelance illustrator mostly means I cry. Like that's most of my time, just sobbing.
Oh,
but every so often people pay me, and I do drawings. And even more so often, I actually produce a piece of work and put it out there into the world that people might actually want to engage with. Be it a picture of Captain America's butt or a comic book that I hope no one has read.
Butt of America.
Because it's now like 3 years after I made it, and I'm now deeply ashamed.
So tell us about this comic book that you are deeply ashamed of.
Oh, it was. I mean, I still want to work with the idea, but it's about how apparently ice cream trucks are like the operating of ice cream trucks is basically like a gang war. Like this is real. Like there's a lot of like turf warfare in like ice cream and food trucks. And I was like, okay, cool. What if we made it like actual gang war? So yeah, I just want to do a wacky like caper adventure with people driving around ice cream trucks and almost murdering each other.
So South African taxis.
No, more ice cream trucks. More ice cream themed weapons.
Oh, I love that.
Sounds interesting.
I'm trying to work out all the mechanics, but I definitely like the idea of someone using. You get the fancy ice cream guys who do the nitrous to freeze the thing. The nitrous, what am I talking about? Nitrogen? I don't know. Words. And I was thinking you could do something with that where you they freeze things and throw them at people. It's a work in progress. There is a 10-page comic out there that some people may have their hands on because I did actually self-publish it. But I'd like you all to take that and just set it on fire. Because there will be a newer, better, more thought out, not put together in less than a week version at some point in the future. Probably with a better title.
I often feel like, especially when I go back through my Instagram and see stuff that I've done, and I see how bad I was, I also have the same sentiment of wanting to set it on fire, but I feel like it's a trophy, because it's a stepping stone from where we used to be to how far we've gone and gotten, and how much we've learned. And I feel like that sort of stuff is pretty important to keep in mind, because sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm nothing, I'm not that bad. And then you look back to those things, you're like, okay, but look how far I've come though. My art don't look like a stick figure no more.
That is true.
And that is actually the right way to think about it. I'm just being hyperbolic mostly, although I do kind of wish that didn't exist, because I really hope the new version will be better and that no one... it's one of those things where you see like a half-formed idea and you're like, oh, this will be so much cooler in the final version, and I wish you all didn't see the half version. You know what I mean?
Just don't see the progress, just see the end result.
No, it's not even that. It's like, I don't know. You ever see like? Did you ever see Naruto? There's like in the early mangas, like he's got sketches of his like first drawings of Naruto, and
Oh yeah, Kakashi was terrifying in the first drawings.
oh yeah. But I mean, like his original Naruto, like Naruto, but not really. It's kind of like if you published a whole comic with that, and then we're like, wait, I'm gonna redo it again, and it's gonna be better.
I think especially with like art, any sort of art form, it takes a minute to find your voice. Personally, I went through at least 5 different styles of putting on makeup before I sort of settled on what it is that I like to do.
I can't say I have that experience, but I'm sad not to.
Let me put makeup on you, and you will have that experience.
Exactly.
Well,
I think that should happen.
At the same time, perhaps this will happen. I've had very pretty things put in my hair when I had hair, but I don't have that anymore. So
This is what wigs are for? I don't have a beard, but I got a prosthetic. So, like,
fair
prosthetics are
enough.
fun.
Fair. I just I'm trying to embrace my baldingness because I've met many people who they got the comb overs or they've got the balding and then they got the long hair. I'm like, you guys are living a lie. Like, how can I trust anything you say when you're clearly living a lie? I don't want to be the
Okay, but have you seen, I think it was a couple of months ago, I kept seeing it on my Facebook, don't know why, but Facebook was like, hey, look at all these balding people. And it was this sort of a hair salon who specialized in putting this sort of, it wasn't Japanese, so I don't actually know the English word for it. It was like it's like a hairpiece, but like only a small bit for that specific balding spot.
oh,
And
like what's a targeted toupee, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. You stick it on with this sort of skin-safe glue, and you can wash your hair, you can brush your hair, you can go swimming with it, you can perm it, you can gel it, you can do whatever you can do it with it like real hair, because it is made from real hair.
That's
But
crazy.
It is still alive, but it looks really cool. I mean, I put horns on my face. It is a lie, but it looks real cool.
Yeah, but I don't know if anyone believes that it's your beard. I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, you know.
Oh wait,
You're not doing
just
it
because you
because, like-
said that, I'm sending
sorry.
you a picture. I'm
Oh,
sending
please
you a
do.
picture of my beard
The
because
majestic
you said
beard.
so.
I believe you.
I
I'm
had-
sorry. I didn't mean to cause dispersions.
I'm a makeup artist. I will prove you wrong.
He's very good.
Sorry, I didn't
Always
catch your name, by the way.
I
So
am
JayJay.
Hi, I am JayJay. I'm so sorry.
no, that's fine. That's you just we were doing the introductions and then somehow we tangented onto beard to the conversation about
I'm
balding
so
without ever actually getting to
terrible.
you. I'm sorry.
This is
I'm the worst.
why I shouldn't be allowed on a podcast, because I will just talk.
But that's exactly
that's
why I need you.
That's why you're here. We just need Karen to corral us. That's
Exactly.
the host
Yeah,
of it. It's like,
it's very much
I'm the
Karen
mediator.
needs to like herd the cat.
Well, I've got one there next to me, so it's fine.
No, kitty cat.
just
Okay,
cracking
so-
over crying, back nerds, back! Wow, that is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that really is
I'm
amazing.
telling you,
You take it back.
yours look
That is
good on me.
entirely believable, and I'm sorry I said anything to the contrary.
I'm living a lie, but it looks good.
No. That's like. I feel like you're not trying to like hide a problem. I don't know. You're enhancing yourself.
Exactly.
Whereas when again, there's nothing wrong with wearing a wig, and but like when you are like, I am balding and I cannot let anyone know. No one must know. That's
The toupees are really obvious and weird.
Well, the toupees that I was talking about look very natural, kind of like
Oh,
the
no,
beard
no.
that I showed you.
It's
Like I
great.
said, it's there is a difference between like party shop wig and
Oh,
like
yeah.
good quality wig.
But yes, you are presumably
They're
by
going-
the equator.
I'm sorry.
JJ, you're presumably by the equator in one of those cool tropical zones.
I don't know about that. Yes, I am in the land of a lot of mosquitoes. So I'm on a little island off
Mhm.
kind of between it's kind of off the mainland China and just south of Japan. So it's this little island called Taiwan, which a lot of people seem to confuse with Thailand, which is a little different and on a different part of the ocean. But anyway,
I have done that. I knew which one was which. I just kept mixing up the names.
Taiwan is the one which China
refuses to acknowledge,
to say is a part of them, and Taiwan says we're not a part of you. We're forced to not be a part of you. Stop saying that we are. It's kind of like that whole. I don't know if you guys use TikTok a lot, but there's a TikTok audios that says sometimes I can still hear his voice. Stop telling people I'm dead. It's like that audio.
Yeah. You guys have to understand, I'm ancient, so I think TikTok is amazing, and I really appreciate when people post TikTok to Twitter. Because I don't know what I would do with a TikTok account.
Post your art, post your drawings. That's a good idea.
I feel like it's a space for the youth, and I would like not to infringe on space.
I'm going to myth bust you.
Old people
so
use TikTok.
I'm just gonna tell you guys. You guys are talking about being old, and I am almost 10 years older than both of you. So
I have friends who are 60, who are 70 on TikTok. Like, they have fun on that thing. My grandmother saw me on TikTok and was like, "Oh, teach me how to use that." It is, I get, I wouldn't say frustrated, but I feel like it's very self-limiting for anyone to be like, because of my age, therefore I can't do this. Like, my grandfather does that a lot. He's like, "Oh, I'm too old for this," so he just uses landlines. My grandmother's meanwhile has been WeChatting. She's on Facebook. She's on Instagram. You know, she follows me on Twitter, and she's turning 80. No, she has turned 80. You know, so like people are like, "Oh, age, blah blah blah," and I'm like, no. It really is. If you're interested, if you want to do it,
you'll do it. Yeah.
Firstly, congratulations on your grandmother turning 80.
Yeah, my grandpa turned 83.
Yeah, that is very impressive. Secondly, there's a great GIF I like to use from Parks and Rec that just says, "The thing about youth culture is I don't understand it." So I think the age thing it's less that I just don't understand what I would do with the TikTok account. I'm very happy whenever I see TikToks. I'm like, the kids are all right. I'm so happy. I am so happy for them. But I don't know. I've never had the urge to have it.
It's a good way to branch out.
It's totally valid. It's totally cool. Sorry, Kez, you were going to say something. I got really excited about TikTok.
No,
it's kind of my main platform at the moment.
I get it. And like, I never thought that we would go on TikTok either. We did it as a joke in the beginning, and we're actually growing on there, which is quite weird because it's silly little videos that we do, and silly little outtakes from our podcasts or our gaming videos and stuff that go on there. But it's a whole nother platform, because what we've noticed is a lot of people don't really like really long things. They like, lately people like to watch things in short increments. So if you can give them they've now released 10-minute videos on TikTok, but before that it was 30 to 60 seconds. That's what it started out with. If you can condense it into that, then you're opening up to a whole new platform. And Greg, it's a great place for artists. I mean, I've seen people boom with their drawings and their designs and stuff on there. That's just my opinion.
You guys are all right. I'm sorry, Jay.
Sorry, no. You're the guest, please.
No.
Go on with what you were going to say.
No, just the honest answer is I can't afford to boom right now. I have a whole year of postgraduate studies to do this year, and my timetable is. I have zero free time anymore. Sorry, let me be clear. I have a year of postgrad with very little time, and also a 2-year-old. So my free time is pretty slim now, working or other. But next year, that's the year. 2023.
So I have this server called the Hype House, and I'm probably going to change the name because I only recently realized there was an actual Hype House, which was very problematic, of TikTok stars. And I'm like, well, I don't want to be associated with that. And
Wait, that's the house of all the TikTokers living together.
Yeah,
That was a
underage
crazy
TikTokers
story.
even. And I'm like, no, let's not have me associated with a house full of children. So we'll be changing the name of my server. And basically the entire server is just each of us hyping each other up for whatever that we're excited for. And I really love the energy of that. And that's probably what you're going to be hit with if you talk to me recently, because it's like, I'm sorry, was that an iota of self-deprecation I hear? Well, you're listen here, mister. Is pretty much the energy of that server and my energy recently. And I have to like rein myself back because I'm like, nobody signed up for this outside of your server. Okay, stop.
To be fair, that's a great service, and you should see if you can market that as like a personal hype man. Like you just wander around going like, "You're awesome, you can do it. Thank you. That'll be $200."
That'd be $5, please.
No.
Speaking of
That's a service.
It's a service. No, I just do that for my friends. For anyone really. I'm generally just really excited for people, and it's like a personal kind of like hypocritical kind of stop doing that to yourself when I hear someone being self-deprecating or putting themselves down in whatever way. I just get personally very frustrated, and it's very hypocritical because I do the exact same thing.
I was just about to say, you need to take your own advice.
It's
100%.
thing where you can easily see the problem with other people in other people's lives, but are completely blind to it in your own.
Yeah, it's stop trying to take the twig out of someone else's eye when you have a log in your own. Is a thing that I think that was a Chinese saying. I don't actually think it was an English one.
No idea.
Yeah. That's what happens when you
said it somewhere.
It's somewhere. I heard it. Yeah.
Okay.
But it makes a lot of sense.
Have either?
This is what sorry.
No, you go. I was
going to say
interrupting.
this is where you deploy the a wise person once said.
A wise person.
Because it makes it sound like you know what you're talking about, but you don't.
Specifically, which wise person? Don't ask me.
That's unimportant. What's important is what they said.
Oh, good lord.
And that is what a Bachelor of Arts in the arts degree has given me. The ability to waffle like nobody's business.
That has the energy of like, do as I say, not as I do.
Pretty much.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, I'm ashamed.
So,
Sorry,
have
kids,
either
you were
of
gonna say
you
something?
read any interesting comics or animes or mangas or anything like that recently?
Boy, have I! You are singing my song, if you will.
Yes.
Actually, before that, I just saw Turning Red, and it's great, and everyone should see it. It was so good, so charming.
I'm
so
sorry.
fun.
What's it called?
Turning Red. It's the Red Panda movie that has got the internet aflame.
I saw
Where
a
have I
picture
been
of
under
it,
a rock?
but I didn't know it was like a full-on movie. I just saw a picture of a red panda, and I was like,
It's the new Pixar film, but you should watch it. It's on Disney Plus or at your local theater.
Yeah. You see, poor people like me don't have Disney Plus.
Oh, no, I mean we're paying for it, but it's not legally in this country.
no.
Good thing I'm not in that country. I will steal a friend's Disney Plus and see if I can have a look. It does look really cool though. It does look interesting. I think I was exposed to anime around when I was 16, and it was Naruto. No, I lied. I think the very, very first thing that I got exposed to was Ghibli's. I'm trying to remember the name. Totoro, the gray Totoro, my friendly neighbor. Totoro.
Like Totoro's the best, guys. Like I like my wife is wearing my giant Totoro hoodie like right now. I can't see her, but I know she's still wearing it. Like Totoro's the best. Like Totoro is the oh man, that movie. Like it's so low stakes. It's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen it, but I know the character because it just looks so cute.
Yeah. He's the
Yeah.
Ghibli.
Oh,
There
it's a
are
good
actually
movie.
3 Totoros in the movie, but that's a separate issue. Don't worry about it. It's really cute. It's a really nice slice of life. It's really got almost no stakes, and I don't say it in a bad way. I mean, it's really like you can sit, you can have a nice experience, and at no point will you feel like a lot of stress. The biggest stressor is that a small child is lost for like 15 minutes less of the movie.
I mean, they do delve into certain things, like the mom's also very sick, and that's why they're out in, the rural areas, and the dad has to work, so they're like alone a lot. So they do deal with like that sort of stuff, but it's not like the main focus of the film.
Yeah, it's there, but they don't engage with it particularly.
Yeah,
like it's there as a setting thing. Not that it's not important, but it's not the focus.
In your face.
Yeah.
I love the thing I like about Miyazaki and a lot of Miyazaki's films is that he tends to like focus on like the little things. Like he would spend a minute on just the kids cleaning the house and make it look fun. Like you look into it and like, oh, there's like beautiful moments in the most simple moments of this child's life. Like from the perspective of a child, this is a big adventure. Look, dust bunnies in the attic. Whereas like for an adult, it's just sort of like,
You're cleaning.
oh, cleaning. Yeah. Sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, like
He
he's
makes
very much.
it.
Okay, sorry.
No, I just want to say he makes it beautiful, like these little moments in life. He makes it magical. And after only reading up about him, Miyazaki actually does that on purpose. He takes like a bad situation and then he focuses on the simple happy joys. And I'm just like, I love that. I really do love that.
I love that,
Sorry, you were saying
especially in the context of him being an absolutely bitter, curmudgeonly old man.
I know. Also compared to the horror.
Junji Ito and his delightful cats.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you seen the memes about him? About those two?
I mean, he has a book about his cats. I love that he's like, here are my vast work of terrifying horrors, and here's a comic I make about my cat.
Look at the cats.
Yeah, no, that's except one of them's got a skull on it, so it's kind of on brand. But no, I mean the
Junji Ito.
Junji Ito. What's great is his wife is a famous Japanese painter, and she also includes their cats in her work.
I love that. I love that.
But the interesting thing about Totoro is it's actually really autobiographical for Miyazaki, not the giant fluffy forest creatures.
Well,
but his mother was really sick, and they had to live in the country for a couple of years because of that. So that's a lot about his childhood. But you want to know the best thing about Totoro?
Mm-hmm.
And this is important if you have some Ghibli knowledge. It was released as a double bill. Please guess what other Ghibli movie was released with it.
I have no idea.
Are you, JayJay, if you have a guess?
With what it was released with two.
It was a double bill. So if you went to go see, and there were 2 movies presented, one after the other. Can you think of anything in the Ghibli canon that would be?
Or was it in the same world?
No. Okay, I'll just tell you. It's Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh, oof. I was actually thinking Grave of the Fireflies. Actually.
Yeah, Grave of the Fireflies
That
is
was
the other
a
movie they
rough
made that year, and you got to go see them together in Japan.
But,
I've never seen this movie because I don't think I will recover. I'm like, no. I'm sure it's a beautiful piece of work, but I'm fine.
I have seen it. I have not recovered, and it has definitely made me very attached to a certain sweet in the movie. So they're so they struggle with food, obviously. And if you guys are okay with me, just elaborating a little bit about
I'm never going to be watching it, so I understand.
Okay, so it comes in a tin can, and then you get these little hard candies in it. And throughout this movie, they'll be eating like these sweets, kind of like, it's like, oh, at the very least, we have this, and it's like a sort of treat to yourselves because usually they're hungry all the time. And then at the very, very end, there's no more sweets in it. So what the older brother does is he pours water into it and then shakes it, and all the powder from the candy becomes this sort of like sweet drink for the younger kids to enjoy. And they still carry around this empty can with them as a sort of like a lifeline, like a hope. Like but at least I have this. Everything sucks, but I have this, you know. And every single time they still sell that candy in stores.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It's got to be something that you can go out and buy.
Like every single time I see it, my heart breaks a little bit because of that freaking movie. Like, Miyazaki, how dare you?
To be fair, that was from him, but that was the other.
Very good. Very good movie.
I've heard nothing but praise for it, but like, I just don't think I'm emotionally prepared as a 30-year-old.
No, I don't think I'll watch it.
Watch this movie.
It will destroy you. I watched that as a child, and I didn't understand what was going on, and I still sobbed my eyes out. And then, when I was older and I watched it again, it destroys you on a whole other level. That is the kind of movie that if you just want to cry, I don't know if you ever have a moment where you're like, I just want to cry. I just want to watch a movie that will make me cry. I'll have my hot chocolate. I'll take a bath afterwards and sleep. That's one of the movies that you'll watch. That and Dog.
I just heard Dog.
Movie.
Oh, all dogs go to heaven?
No,
wait. You're talking about Plague Dogs.
I'm talking about Real Dogs.
No.
Real Dog.
Any dog movie makes me cry.
A real dog who waits at a train station for his master that never comes.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
I can't remember the name though. I'm terrible with names.
I saw the trailer for it. I don't remember the name for it either, but I know which one.
It has a million remakes. It was originally set in Japan, but then like America redid it, and that movie just kind of like took over the world, and everyone now knows the story. And if you go to the little port in Japan where the actual true story of it originated from, there is a bronze dog with the shiniest nose because he's been pet so many times. It's actually kind of heartwarming.
It is.
JayJay burst into tears on the podcast because I might burst into tears, and then Karen's gonna burst into tears, and we're all gonna be crying, and that's bonus content for TikTok.
just people crying.
What did you do on your podcast? We all cry.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm desperate to know how much of the last 45 minutes is going onto the actual podcast and how much of it is going to TikTok.
And that was the last time JayJay was invited onto the podcast.
No, but to go back to your original point about have we been? Although JayJay, do you have any exciting manga or the like that you have been? Reading?
So, I've recently caught myself. So, I don't know how many people know this, but my grandfather is sick. That's why I'm in Taiwan. I want to spend more time with him. It's okay. He's really old, and he's also been sick for a really long time. So we've all had time to come to terms with it. But one of the things he really likes is to wake up and there is somebody sitting there. You don't have to talk to him or anything. He just likes seeing that you're there. So I have my little chair that I sit there, but I can't watch anything because the audio will wake him up. So I've been reading, and I've fallen down this terrible rabbit hole, which is isekai manga.
Oh no!
But like terribly written isekai manga.
Oh,
not
no.
like. Not like, oh, Truck-kun, and I am a slime, and there is actually like a story plot, but it's really cool when you watch it, and there's more and more things building, and it's all, or, oh, look, I'm a spider. There's a lot of like really, really cool isekai plot points, which is used really well. No, oh no, I'm reading Truck-kun, and this little child, or you become a princess, and now you're in a romance dating game where you are either the protagonist or the villain, and everyone falls in love with you. I'm reading that level of isekai hell. And
romance game one sounds way better than any other isekai I've ever heard of.
well, the one that I watched actually is read recently was this princess who gets betrayed, and then in the moment of her death, she goes, "Dear Lord, if anyone is out there listening, please, I will never make the same mistakes again, and I will have revenge for all the trauma that my world has given me." And then she dies, and then she wakes up in her 10-year-old body, and to escape everything, it kind of creates more of a mess.
Wait, is that like, the Tanya the evil one, or?
There are so many stories that fall into this specific plotline that I could say yes without knowing what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about either. Mostly, like I am, especially with anime, I'm very peripherally aware of it. Like I've got a better idea with manga, but even then, like, so Shonen Jump has an app, and it's amazing. It's all you can eat for $2 a month. So in the last 2 years, I've read every popular Shonen Jump manga from the last 20 years. So I have recently read all of Naruto and recently read all of Bleach, and slightly less recently, but keeping up to date, read all of One Piece.
I've not read all of Naruto. I've read a good chunk of it. I've watched all the anime though.
I'm not gonna lie. I went into it going like, well, this is the one I haven't read. I'm gonna read it. I got to the end. I was like, this is great. I love these guys.
Ew, why did it have to end?
I want my action figures now.
I never actually fell into the action figure thing. I think that's because I kept losing them. Same thing with the new stuff. I say new. They've been around for 3-4 years now. The collectibles. Figurines that are like round faces.
Funkos?
Funkos, yeah. So
yeah.
my friend actually gave
4
me...
years as opposed to like the last 15 years.
Oh, has Funkos been around for that long?
I think they've been around for... I was still working at a comic book shop when they started.
They only recently got super famous, though.
I think the boom was around 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, no, that's true. That is. I'm very interested to see when the bubble bursts, which I assume is soon. Which there are a lot of comic book shops around the planet who are basically
do the same thing with comic books as well.
Yeah.
So reading it, they'll just keep it in the little plastic thingy and special edition it away.
Oh, they didn't used to do that. You can now encase it in plastic and never be able to read it.
I don't see the point of that though. I really don't. I get it's valuable, but you buy things to use it or read it. That's my logic behind it.
Look, as
NFTs exist now, so like you can collect anything.
But NFTs, let me tell you, those are garbage.
I poked a beehive.
Yeah, I have a MacBook, so if I want to change anything in this, I lose the warranty. So I don't
like MacBooks.
Well, I don't plan on. I didn't. I don't play video games on my computer. I prefer to play them on a console because then I can separate out my theoretical work machine from my play machine. Although my PlayStation got stolen, so I'm now back on Steam looking for things to entertain me.
The only reason why, so I have an iPad, but I literally only got it so that I could use Procreate.
Ooh.
Because tablets are expensive. Hey! I would hi-fi you, but I'm on another tectonic plate.
You can still do it through the screen. There you go. Can you feel it?
I can feel the warm slap against my skin. Oh, you should watch
add some audio to it. Just...
RTX voice doesn't take that sound.
That's it. That's ADR. Karen can put that in later. That's a post thing.
Oh, actually, now that I realize that I didn't give my own self intro because I just started talking. No. This is most definitely my part because I don't shut up. Case you'd be interested to know because this is an update from my previous intro. I do voice acting though.
Yeah.
And I have been hired by big companies to do,
Voice
20
acting.
seconds of voice acting. And 20 seconds of voice acting, like the little clip is about 20 seconds long, was like $120 USD. To be fair, it was like 3 hours of recording because I had to like redo a lot of things, but 3 hours for 120 USD. Please put me out there using my voice. I'll happily do voice acting for you. But yeah, so I do voice acting now.
That is amazing. I last year when I was looking at freelance websites, I saw a lot of ads for that, and I was like, I should do a tryout. I don't know if anyone wants to hear me, but like, I love saying things in stupid voices.
Right?
There's so many people that need voice actors. Like I remember, JayJay, you were saying that one of the jobs you had was you needed to read a story to someone or something like that.
Yeah, people have asked me to read stories to them. I've had people ask me for little voice clips of my characters on TikTok saying very simple things like, "You're gonna do great today. Just hang on until tomorrow." Or things like that. Whatever, like simple things. Or like little things like things that they wish that their parents have said to them. I've gotten a lot of those. Like,
JayJay, we don't know each other outside of having met each other like an hour ago. But when we stop recording, I need to exchange, like, I at least just need to follow you on Twitter or something, because you're just very wholesome. Everything you do is very wholesome, and I like it.
JayJay is awesome.
Also have a spicy server, so no, I'm not just wholesome. I got the spice rack
that's your business, but I'm just like, oh, you just give people affirmations. That's amazing.
Yeah, actually, people hire me for affirmation.
Yes, I do like comic books. I like them quite a bit. So what have I been reading? I recently finally finished Haikyuu, which is the best. I love my stupid volleyball children.
This is basketball one, right?
Volleyball.
Volleyball. Oh gosh, there's so many. Okay, yeah.
They're very stupid, and they really, really love volleyball. They love it so much, and they are so stupid. I love them. I would die for them. It's really satisfying. It's got a really satisfying ending. And let me see what else. I just started reading March Comes In Like a Lion. I'm not sure about it yet, but I've heard good things. That is unfortunately not available in English unless you are stealing it off the internet. So enjoy. Let me see. What have I been reading?
See, I'm not intense like you guys. The only comic I've been reading is I Hate Fairyland.
Oh, that's weird because I hate Fairyland.
Why?
And this is not. I don't want to take away from anyone's enjoyment of it. I think everyone should enjoy it. It's just not for me.
It's weird. I will give it that.
I like Scotty Young's art, but my problem with I Hate Fairyland is, at least to me, it's the same joke. And I'm like, I read page 1. I do not need to read however many issues of this comic exist because I got it. I got the joke. Thank you. And again, I'm sure it's
10 volumes of them. Maybe less. I'm not too sure.
I think there are 2 collections, and now it's on Substack. No, Scotty Young is amazing. I think he's phenomenal. I can't say I've read anything he's written that I care for. And I don't think he's a bad writer. I just don't think it's the kind of thing I like.
I mainly read it for the design of it, though.
Yeah, I was looking at the art, and it kind of reminds me of the very sort of like, almost Roald Dahl-esque vibes. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
It's like Roald Dahl, but gory.
Yeah, he's just been a fascinating artist to follow over the last 15 years or so because he's in a better place than he was then, and just like you really can see the ways he's experimented with his art over the course of just even if you just looked at all the covers he did, you can see him things, which is great. But people really like that book. I'm not one of them, but I don't want to harsh anyone's mellow. Like, people should enjoy what they enjoy, even if I don't enjoy it. They're wrong, because obviously my opinion is correct, But they should be allowed to enjoy their incorrect opinion.
The good way to put it.
I think so. I'm magnanimous like that.
So what is the weirdest request that you've had from someone to draw anything for
Oh
them?
man, that is a good question. The weirdest thing someone has paid me money for was not a drawing. They asked me to write their names real nice. It was like a bunch of like 13-year-olds. And I was like, okay, my handwriting is very bad. Like, I did calligraphy briefly, and I'm not good at it, but I'll do my best. They're like, how much will you charge for this? I'm like, I don't know, $50? I don't know. That's, for those of you who don't live in South Africa, that's nothing money.
I'm sorry, I'm heavily distracted by your cat, and I wanna hold him.
She is distracted.
What's your cat's name?
Her name is Timey.
Hi.
I have a cat called Tiny.
No, Timey. So Taimi.
I have a question.
But not Timmy.
No.
Do you have another cat called Wimey?
No. We have
Dang it.
we have Timey, Gandalf, Pippin, Crumbs, Snowbell, Shade, Professor Mew, and I'm missing one.
How many?
Oliver. We have 8. We had 9.
Oh,
We had 9, but one passed away recently, so now we have 8.
I mean, that is like, that is not the highest number of cats I've seen, but like that is a lot of cats. You are braver than I.
Well, if you think about it, so like before we moved to the UK, our cats were staying with my mother-in-law, who has I think about at the time she had 7 of her own. So our 9 plus her 7 plus 4 dogs. JayJay knows because you came to our house with an animal.
And then when you left, I gave you another dog.
Yes.
It's like, here, take this dog with you. It's dangerous out there.
And he survived the flight, and he's sitting on my bookshelf.
Aww, that makes me so happy.
I'm taking it this is not a real a living dog.
It's a
not
little
a real
kitty dog.
Don't you dare tell him that.
I'm just saying, as a person who is like, oh, that's really okay.
It's a Pinocchio
It's
dog.
a thing on my where?
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Just
He comes to
on
life at
TikTok there
night.
is I think there's a German Shepherd on TikTok that all he likes to do is just sit on the guy's refrigerator. Don't know how he gets up there, but he just turn around and he's there. Up on the
Dogs can jump.
refrigerator, chilling.
He was
I
a
think my
cat
dog
in
would
his
like-
past life.
my
Anyway.
dog would like that. Not good at jumping.
Oh no.
No, so they are a bit uncoordinated sometimes, which is quite funny. But
Oh yeah,
Me.
I've got a cat who is, he's wonderful. He's graceful like a brick. It's that great thing where we got wooden floorboards. So at night you'll be lying there and you'll just hear thud, and you're like, oh,
No.
he's coming inside.
Oh no.
Because cats land silently. No, he sounds like someone just dropped a sandbag on the floor.
no, I don't. Our cats don't land silently, but I think that's because they're all a bit chunky, so you can hear when they jump on and off of things.
But I mean, he's a very sweet cat. He just
Doesn't
again,
bite,
he can
though.
climb fine. He's just very loud. He doesn't really do soft.
You know what's really cute, uncoordinated, is like big breed puppies. Have you ever seen like a Great Dane puppy or like a Rottweiler puppy, and their paws are as big as their face, and they're trying to do things and they're trying to run, and instead they skid and slide and hit their face with the door, and I'm just like,
I shouldn't be laughing right
Ow,
now, but this is funny.
It's true.
it's the I shouldn't laugh, but I'm laughing.
And they all just look at you and go, "Hi."
Yeah,
With
they
those
don't
really
see the problem. Like,
silly
oh, you're
looks.
laughing.
You're laughing. I'm gonna laugh too.
Karen, have you read any good manga and or anime? Oh, you told us you only been reading I Hate.
Yeah, I need to get into the anime and the manga side of things.
You don't have to. There's a wide variety of cool stuff there, but you don't have to. There's no pressure.
No, I know I don't have to, but I want to at some point, just so that I can just talk about. Because I've always had that part where I want to read it, but then something else happens, and then I want to read it, but then this happens. And
Gosh.
so I
do have to say, the manga that I'm reading, the isekai one, and oh my god, people would judge me if they ever read it, is the returning noble lady in the middle of conquesting His Majesty the Dragon Emperor.
Yeah, those isekai all have like really crazy names.
Yep. やり直し令状は竜帝陛下はをよやかちゅ。Yeah. And I'm just like, guys, don't read it. I read the whole thing, but that's kind of like, it's like a car crash way. Yeah, I read it so you don't have to. Don't read it. The art is cute. The beginning is adorable. And that's how they get you. And then you read it, and then you're like, oh, this is problematic. Don't read it.
Well, I mean, I will drop some of my favorite lesser known things I have been reading or I'm reading in the round, so people can maybe find them if they're interested. Firstly, Delicious in Dungeon. You guys should read it. It's great. It's a cooking manga, except it's a D&D manga. It's about a party of adventurers who are really far in a dungeon, and then they almost die fighting a red dragon, and their mage teleports them all out except for herself. So they are at the start of the dungeon with no money, no new equipment, but they have to go back and save their mage, and they have no money and no food. So they decide to cook and eat the animals they kill on the way.
Okay.
So, have you ever wondered how one might cook and eat an enchanted suit of armor? This book's there for you.
God.
And to be clear, they're not like just like, and then they ate it. Like, there is a recipe. You can see it.
Recipe.
Like, it is thought through. So that's great. A+ would recommend.
I just love that. And then they ate it.
They did.
I could see. I see the font in like the SpongeBob font of like 10 minutes later.
Let me see. What else am I reading? Not currently reading, but Cross Manage is really, really adorable, and I strongly recommend it. It is only available in English online. Viz do have the license, but they have never published physical copies. It is about a dude who used to be good at soccer, and then he terribly injured himself, and a girl who is not very good at lacrosse, but she really loves lacrosse, and he is taken in by her love for the sport that she is terrible at, and accidentally ends up coaching the girls' lacrosse team. And it's adorable, and the art is fantastic. I'm blanking on what the mangaka's name is suddenly. He did Blue Flag, if anyone has read that, which is also good. So A+, everyone should read that. Cross Manage, very good. And then what else am I reading? I'm sorry, I'm reading all of these week to week as they come out because that's how it is. I used to be good at talking. I don't know what happened. Comic book wise, Monstrous. Everyone should read Monstrous.
What's that about?
Monstrous is it is a honestly amazing gothic fantasy. It's vaguely steampunky. It's basically it's a world where half the population are humans and half the population are descended from immortal animal god people, and therefore have like animal features, like usually like a tail or like something.
Okay.
And those two forces are at war. And also there are Cthulhu gods who devastated the earth once, and they're probably coming back. And it's about Micah Hawkwolf, who's a deeply traumatized woman whose mother may or may not have basically genetically engineered her to be the perfect host for one of these dark gods. And for various reasons, she is now. She and Zin, who is a dark god who has eyes and only tentacles, he's made up of just tentacles and eyes, are bonded. And he exists in her body. Yeah, it's really great. It's very dark. And it is incredibly all ladies. There are dudes, and they are there to be eye candy. The ladies are the main protagonists. They are the ones doing things. All the men are very pretty or buff, and we like them, but they're not there to do anything besides being pretty. There's some very buff tiger men, gruff tiger pirates. They're very attractive. I'm a straight man, but they're very attractive. I don't mean that.
Tiger men.
They're dad.
Yeah.
But it's really good. It's Madri Lu and Sana Takeda. Sana's art style is this beautiful, lush illustration / painting. People should look that up. Karen, can you can you drop here in this corner of the screen?
Yeah.
Can you just pick a picture? Yes, excellent.
So
Look,
it won't be
online.
myself. It'll be Toast, our editor, who does all the adding and removing of things.
Whoever does it, put a picture of it here.
Cool.
Now here, over there.
Their editor is just truly fantastic and does a great
Well,
job every
I'm
time.
so sorry for what I just did, and if they attempt to actually put it where my hands are.
He might just.
He might just.
Just because he can.
I'm excited. I hate to be
Challenge
war,
accepted.
but I have to go, I'm afraid.
I was actually just going to say we need to end it, but before you go, we need you to plug yourself and tell people where they can find you on all the social media platforms.
Okay. If you choose to find me online, which is up to you, there's no pressure, you can find me on Twitter at Gregg Nell. That's Nell with 2 L's and J the letter, because that's my initial. And because there's some motherfucker, no offense, in Missouri who has all the Gregg Nells. Doesn't use them, but he's got them. He's a terrible person. So you can find me at Gregg Nell at most things. On Instagram, you can follow me at Gregg Nell and see pictures of my son, or you can follow me at Gregg Nell art and see my art, because I decided maybe there shouldn't be like one picture in 100 of my drawings and everything else is and my son on my professional account. My website is andotherstories.com. I'm on Facebook, but please don't. No one should. I wish I wasn't. I'm on Tumblr, but I don't use it anymore, so also don't worry about it. I will probably never be on TikTok, but I approve of you.
Okay.
I see you, TikTokers. I see you and I hear you.
He's saying that because I'm glaring at him through the screen.
I wasn't actually looking at you. I was looking at my face to make sure I was making the right expression, and because I'm obsessed with myself. But sure.
JayJay, where can people find you?
You can find me pretty much on all social media platforms. TikTok, Twitch is where I'm most often active. You can find me at MiesterHypester, MiesterHypester. Spelt wrong because I can't spell and I'm too lazy to change it.
Wait, which part is spelled wrong? Oh, never mind. Found
Oh
you.
no, that's the spelling that I just did is actually wrong. I'm followed. So I am on Twitch, I am on TikTok, I am on Twitter, I am on Instagram. If there's a social media platform, I am probably on it, but I am mostly active on TikTok and Twitch. If you find my Ko-fi, no you didn't, I'm joking. If you find my Ko-fi, I do commissions for art, I do voice acting on it, and if you are a monthly subscriber, you get access to my Discord server, which I live in. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, hey, yeah, you can commission art for me on either of the social medias or my website.
There you go.
Please be happy to wait a while. I'm studying again. It's a lot of work.
Oh.
So go follow these wonderful people. You guys know where to find us. We're on all the social media platforms. Obviously, this will be on YouTube, and the audio will be on Anchor. And I can't do it because Ziff is not here, so you're just gonna have to live with me saying, guys, have a wonderful evening, have a wonderful day, have a wonderful wherever you are in the world, and remember to keep it geeky.